cold in here.
It is a little chilly.
It's because of that fan. So I got a blanket on my legs. I got a jacket on me.
It feels good though.
It's like, what?
All right, you ready to go?
Yeah.
Spur of the moment show because we had a little bit of rain today. All right.
10% rain. 10% rain today.
Yeah, we woke up and we heard this.
10% rain. Save your umbrellas today. You won't need it.
Yeah, what did the newscaster say? There's no chance this morning.
There's no chance of rain. No chance of rain today.
No chance.
None.
Here we are prior to the bottom half or the latter half of first round.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. It is Monday, January the 16th, I think. And we are about to set forth onto the second day of the Australian Open. So we're going to get right into it so we can get in there and watch the matches, right? I'm sorry. I was going to ask you, where do you want to start? Do you want to start with Raducan-Who?
Yeah, we can start out. Yeah, we can start out with Raducan.
You want to start with Raducan-Who?
They didn't really show her match. I mean, I was watching Coco Golf play. That's who I watched. Coco Golf against Sinakova. I was watching her have to battle through in the second set, but they didn't show. I didn't see Raducan.
I think Goff had like 6 match points before
She
closed it.
Maybe 7 or 8 deuces. But I felt like she was never going to lose that match. Anyways, I felt like she was confident enough because she kept going for her shots, which is good.
She struggled in the second set.
Yeah, but she went for her stuff. I didn't think that she would lose that match anyways. The other girl had too many opportunities, and I feel like once you get 1, 2, 3 chances and you don't take it, it's kind of done.
I enjoy watching her play. At the same point in time, we saw a glimpse of Frances Tiafoe's outfit. Like, have you seen this outfit? Have you seen? I love faux. Let's go big faux. But have you seen his outfit? It's hard to kind of. It's like I had a bad trip and I looked at something and there it was. It's like a kaleidoscope of an outfit. We like to talk about outfits, but
what is that? It's awful.
It's like a camel.
It's awful. It's like it looks like my kids just. Yeah, Nike always comes out with awful outfits. I mean, that's just awful. Like I could see maybe a white tank top.
Give them a close up of that. It's like camouflage in a different dimension.
I don't know. It's awful.
Right?
Alex said, yikes, Nike. I mean, the girl's outfit looks better. And here's his shoes. I didn't see his shoes. What kind of shoes are those?
Doesn't he wear an Osaka's type shoe? Yeah, he wears the Turbo. Those are nice shoes, though. I like the shoes. I like the
girly
shoes.
For him, but
I do like the shoes. He wears the Turbo, the Nike Turbos like Osaka wear. By the way, speaking of shoes, I designed a shoe with Nike, so I'm going to show you. I designed it. So they're Air Force Ones, right? I like the skateboard look. So it has the 5K in the back. See the 5K? And then it has the 10S on the back. So 5K 10S on the back. Nice shoe with the gum bottoms. Bang, got him.
Buzzidar's like, his girlfriend likes him. That's what matters. Yeah, you're right. I'm not the one with the guy. I mean, he's looks like a sweet dude, built well. Just the face has to be back on the face.
Hey.
Just to have it back on the sorry.
Yeah.
But he seems like a sweet guy and whatever. But that outfit is hideous. How many of you are gonna wear that?
I would wear it.
Please don't.
I would wear that.
Please. You just said that his outfit was kind of.
It's like a kaleidoscope.
Please don't wear that.
It's hard to pay attention to it.
Don't wear that.
I'm not going to buy it.
That's a joke.
I would wear it.
You would think at a tennis Grand Slam you would dress a little bit more proper.
Well, the Australian is known to be
flamboyant. I guess. No, it's awful. Carla, your other dude won in 5 sets. Talking about that.
Did you see this Rip City?
Wildlife sends me a picture. He's like, wow. And I didn't watch his match, but he sends me this, and I was laughing. I showed Justin.
She stopped traffic with us.
I had to stop after seeing that.
She stopped.
That's amazing. I'm like, dude, that's amazing.
Yeah.
He looks like that though. He's pretty.
Yeah, look,
he's very close to that. Actually.
So I was raking.
He's very close to that.
I was raking leaves in the woods, and anyway, and I'm working, and she comes walking across the court. I thought there was like this drama unfolding, like someone got hurt or what. She's like, "Stop! Look at this," and I'm like, "Okay, you stopped me for my work to show me that."
You're
admirable.
I mean, you're super close to that actually.
He is ripped up. Can I check on the way out? Yeah, Fucevich is Rip City. Sometimes being too ripped is an obstruction in our game. We're not very fluid. right? Who's a female that's so ripped
Oh,
up that she can't swing very freely?
Here's
Sakari, right?
Yeah, here's another outfit that I was like, yikes, that's just awful. Like, some of the outfits I said yikes to, and some were, nice. Here's another one. Adidas. Adidas did good with the guys, but what the hell?
Sakari.
If you got no boobies, don't wear that.
Dang,
you gotta have boobies. Gotta have boobies. She looks like a dude. So if we went like this, we would think she's a dude. Like that, you would think that's a dude. If you look at that, you would think that's a dude.
It's just wrong, Carla.
No, I mean, that's not pretty. I mean, that's not a pretty outfit. It's just maybe to work out in the gym or something, but the bra is not very flattering. It's kind of flat. It's not flattering.
She is ripped up.
She's ripped up, but that's not flattering. It's just not flattering. And then the bun just kills it.
Yeah, the man bun on the rip body.
That's just like, she's a pretty girl. She doesn't have to do that. Sissy Bow's outfit looked good. And I think Felix was wearing the same outfit, except
he's got a big ass in that.
He got booty.
Yeah, he's got the butt sticking out.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with Raducan-Who. Emma Raducan-Who gets a W. She gets a win. She plays Coco Gauff next. I have a feeling that no matter what happens in this match, it's going to be about Raducan-Who, right? If she wins, oh my gosh, she's back. If she loses, it's all about what she needs to do to get back on track, and somehow Coco Gauff gets lost in the mix. In reality, for me, it's the opposite. Could care less what Raducan-Who does or how Raducan-Who plays, whether she wins or whether she loses. For me, I'm looking at Coco and where she's headed and her very young and very long future. You agree or disagree? But I can assure you that the media will spin it all about Raducan-Who or Raducan-Not, no matter what. Agree or disagree?
Probably. It's a good warm-up for Coco Gauff. I think.
You think it's just a warm-up?
A warm-up.
You think she's going to walk right through her?
No, I won't walk through her. I think it'll be like 2 sets. Like, like she battled with Sviatkova.
Can you poll question that? Can you poll question who do you think wins, Coco or Raducan-Who? Who? It's going to be a good match. I think it's one of the storyline matches early on. We've only gone through half of round 1, and here we go. We've got Coco Gauff and Raducan-Who. Who is the better player, in your opinion?
Gauff, I would say.
Agreed. By far or by a little?
By far, I would say.
I don't know if I'm going to push it to by far, but I think they're around about the same age, give or take a few months, maybe a year, right? I think Coco Gauff has a better overall package, but Raducan-Who does have the experience of having won a major, so I think that makes him a little closer than we think for this match. I don't think that Raducan-Who is going to get steamrolled by Coco Gauff. I don't think Coco Gauff's going to steamroll Raducan-Who. Who the hell are we talking about? I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be relatively close, more than likely 3 sets. But the thing is with Raducan-Who, I think she might come up injured even if she wins or loses in 3 sets. She's very injury prone. How about Kyrgios just pulled out?
Yeah,
right.
He's getting surgery, a knee
arthroscopic
surgery, small tear lateral meniscus.
Meniscus, yeah.
Yeah, but he said he'll be back. I don't know. It takes what, a couple weeks?
Yes, and have any of you seen Breakpoint, the Netflix series that has to do with tennis? It was just released here like a couple of weeks ago, and then I think they just released all the episodes recently. So episode 1 of this was, I mean, really and truly about Nick Kyrgios in a way. I mean,
the first episode.
The first episode, yeah. And it showed Nick Kyrgios meeting his new girl, and their kind of intimate, I guess, energy and so forth. But Andy Roddick was in the background, and Andy Roddick was kind of narrating a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So Andy Roddick said a perfect statement, a couple perfect statements. Number 1, Andy Roddick said, "I wish," speaking of himself, "I wish that I had his talent." Okay, we all do.
He was a chubby kid. They showed him at 9 years old. He was a chubby kid.
Yes.
Yeah, he was a very chubby kid. Not that tall, so he kind of
and he sprouted. Yeah, and they showed him and Kakanakis, doing their thing. Anyway, but I think the statement that caught my attention from Roddick was this. He indicated that Nick Kyrgios, for tennis to Nick Kyrgios is a hobby. Now we know what a hobby is. Like I have a hobby of surfing, but I don't do it much anymore because of my knee. I have a hobby of competing in tennis matches, but I can't do it because of my knee. These type of things. Like we have a hobby, but we aren't the best in the best of doing so. Like I love RC cars. I have a hobby. I have RC car in here, right? But a hobby is something that you do to have fun, but you know you're not the best. You have a hobby in that, right?
Right.
When he said that, it resonated with me because this is so true. Nick Kyrgios comes and he plays as good, if not better, than the best people in the world, but he only plays for like a week before each major and doesn't play at all during the clay season. So Roddick said, and I'm quoting this, I think, but he said something along the lines of Nick Kyrgios plays tennis for 11 months a year. And if you think about that, if this is true, I'm quoting Andy Roddick, that would be a warm-up or two in Australia and then the major. A warm-up or two for Wimbledon and then that major. There's 6. A warm-up or two for hard court series and the U.S. Open. There's 9, and throw in an exhibition or another tournament in there. And I thought it was really cool that he said that and didn't hold back. Andy Roddick has always been
he's very vocal. He
a very
care.
Vocal dude.
That's why I like him, because he's kind of says it how he feels. So yeah.
But I think when he said that, it showed respect to Nick Kyrgios for how good he really is. He said straight up, "I wish I had his talent." He said straight up,
I don't think
it's
he
just
played
a hobby to him.
Madrid. I don't think he ever plays clay.
I don't know. It's a good question.
I
think there's been a couple in there, obviously. But they showed Nick when he beat Rafael Nadal at Wimbledon, and he said, and this is,
he was a kid. You could see he was a kid at that time.
He was standing in the airport getting his baggage, and you could see from the side of his face he was a baby. And he said, and I think again verbatim that match when I got home changed my life. It went from me no one knowing who I was to people camping out of my house, right? So culture shock. In that moment, though, when they showed Nick Kyrgios, if you haven't seen this, the Netflix series Breakpoint, the first episode, in that moment, in that split-second moment, my heart went out to the young Nick, right? I mean, you could see he was just a lost boy that just beat the best player in the world or one of the GOATs, if not the GOAT on paper now because of major count. But it made him look very human. And made me forget about his outbursts and the way he acted on the court. It made me feel like he was just a lost young man at that point, right? And, I think it was heartwarming, right? You don't agree?
Yeah, I don't feel bad for him, though.
Okay.
He made his choice.
Anyway, back to the Raducan-Who win and the Coco Gauff win. Gauff won a match, but she struggled in the second set. She struggled. She had 6 match points, couldn't close. And she was serving, and it went to 6 or 7 deuces, right?
7 deuces, yeah.
Raducan-Who wins, and good for her. The problem with Raducan-Who is she tends to now get hurt all the time. Okay, the problem with Coco Gauff is I still don't feel like she has found that can of whip ass that she can consistently deliver. She knows she can play the game. She knows she can beat anybody in the world, but it's like she has a hard time doing it consistently. I feel like Raducan-Who can win consistently if she doesn't get that hurt and she plays someone that makes errors a lot. Coco Gauff is an erratic player, for though she plays big, she serves big. So I'm thinking if I'm a betting man, and I hope Coco Gauff wins. I really do. I really hope Coco Gauff wins. Let's go, Coco. I hate to say it, but if Raducan-Who can get through this match without being hurt, I give the edge to Raducan-Who in this one by just experience and being more consistent. That's just me. Experience. She's won a major before. She doesn't have that pressure. She'll have some, surely, but I don't think as much as the pressure is on Gauff to finally break through and win that major. She's already done it. Fair enough?
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, I think no matter way you look at it, that it will be spun the media about Raducan-Who and not so much about Gauff, right? She's got the Vogue contract. She's got the Chanel contract. She's got all the contracts. Coco Gauff, she has Asics, the shoe that I think you passed up on.
New Balance.
New Balance, yes.
Talking about Asics, awful outfits as well. I saw Schweitek playing in shorts and a tank. She's kind of boyish already, so the outfit didn't do her good. You know what I mean? She needs to stick with girly, otherwise she looks like a Yana Novotná. So I didn't like that outfit at all. Just saying.
Yana Novotná. Good knowledge, good history drop there.
She kind of reminded me. I was looking at her, I was like, interesting. I said, just looks too boyish. She needs to stick to her skirts like she usually does. The shorts were not a good look. If you're gonna wear shorts as a tennis pro, you better have some type of body. like Andrescu and all the other girls. You better be like a muscular girl like Serena was, etc.
Speaking of Andreescu,
She won.
She got a win as well.
Yeah.
Is she dangerous, do you think, for this tournament?
I mean, she played who? Puskova beat her?
Yeah.
Was it Puskova she beat?
She didn't show any signs of rust? I don't think so.
No, good for her. Alex Rios says Pagula won easily, but has a tough one against Sasnovich next. I'm just still not convinced with Pagula. I feel like she has no weapon. There's no weapon there. You have to have a weapon, one weapon at least.
Pagula didn't just win. Pagula dominated. Pagula, was it a bagel and a French fry? Didn't she deal a bagel and a French fry?
Something like that.
Pagula dominated. Now a lot of you picked Pagula to for your $200 finals predictions. A lot of you did. I won't waste your time, and you can look in the comments on that video and see it. I have it written down on another. I have it. But a lot of you picked Pagula to either make the final or to outright win it, right? Pagula didn't just dominate. She didn't just win. She destroyed her opponent.
Mike Swiatek, who had a tough time with Niemer. I think she's German. Big woman.
Veteran,
she's a big woman. It's tough. That was a tough match for her. I think it was like 4-5 or something like that.
Yeah, let's go.
I mean, she played a really good match. Unfortunately, she's too big. Needs to get a little bit lighter.
There you go.
I mean, I'm not the only one that says it. She needs to get a little bit lighter because when you're playing long matches, you get tired more.
Yeah.
I mean, muscular people, bigger people, that we have a tendency to get tired a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More energy is burnt, no doubt.
Yep.
Danielle Collins. We came home last night and we flipped on. What is it? It was on ESPN2, I think. ESPN knows on ESPN. We flipped it on. First thing we heard is Yawa! Yeah.
And she lost that game, and then it went to 5-0.
Nightmare.
Come on.
Yeah.
She Kalinskaya, that's who she beat. Nick Kyrgios' ex.
She screeched so damn loud. You know, when a train goes down a train track, and then all of a sudden there's something on the track, and they have to stop, and they yank some handle, I'm guessing, and sparks fly out. Freaking metal shavings flying down the damn track. That sounds like Danielle Collins hitting screech. Freaking nightmare. I swear that's a freaking nightmare to hear Danielle Collins scream. Hell of a player, though. Hell of a player. Do you know that Danielle Collins, and I'm shooting this from the hip, so I may be wrong, but I'm fairly certain that Danielle Collins had a full ride college scholarship to the University of Florida. She went to Florida. She kind of got, kind of pushed off to the back a little bit. Maybe she played 2-3. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then she transfers to the University of Virginia, another elite D1 school. Used to live near Charlottesville, Virginia, right?
Yeah, very close.
She jumped on board there and won not one, but 2 national championship titles. 2. Anyway, hell of a player. And I hate to say it, I cannot stand to hear a screech like a freight train slamming the brakes on when she plays. Wah! Shut up. Just shut up. Carla, give me the remote so I can cut this mute button on. Shut up. Anyway.
Was her boyfriend with her? The same boyfriend? I don't know.
The same boyfriend that she told to get out of the box.
I don't know, but is he still there? Did he stick with her?
Did you see this? If someone can tell me the match and the boyfriend's name, I'll send you some Y-Tech strings.
I think it was the last year.
Was it the Australian Open?
I think so.
She's sitting there. Whoa, yo,
get out!
Freaking loses the point. She looks up at her box. You, my boyfriend. You get lost.
I'm gonna whoop your ass.
What are you doing, man?
Bozidar says, guys, did you notice that Rafa was grunting more than usual? Maybe I'm wrong, but I watched the match and that was my impression. I read a lot of comments, and it looked like he was struggling a bit. Some people mentioned it looked like he was tired or dealing with some type of injury or something. I know one of the ball boys took the wrong racket or something to get strong, and we know he's really anal about his things. And that, knowing him, that probably messed him up,
Yeah,
he's so anal about everything.
Did you see what could have been an absolute travesty during this match? Okay, Rafael Nadal, you know how meticulous he is, right? Mm-hmm. He has, his butt digging, his wedgie pull. He's got his
maybe he wears those
hair.
Maybe he wears those underwears on purpose, so he can stick, because it's a habit, stick it out, and I don't know.
Yeah,
it might be just something that he's used to, and he likes that.
Water bottles.
Yeah.
So I guess what had happened was
What had happened?
is he puts his racket up on the deal, the folding thing, the shade. You know, when you sit down, he puts his racket there. And unbeknownst to him, the ball boy, I guess, assumes that the racket is there to be strung. And so the ball boy takes his racket. And so, players such as Nadal are very meticulous. And even those that aren't so meticulous, they put their rackets, say, on the left side of the bag. They place the left side towards them. And if they have 6 or 8 rackets, hey, I'm pulling this one out for 6 games, set it there. The next one out for 6 games, set it there. So you have a methodical way of retrieving each racket, right? As we hit balls, the strings loosen up a bit. The looser the strings are, the more power. The tighter they are, the more control. So the looser they get, sometimes you might miss by an inch when you're aiming for the line. You might hit just beyond the line, that type of thing. Anyway, but the racket disappeared. And he was going to get his racket and was going to carry on, but his racket wasn't there.
Yeah, I think Draper was not happy that it took that long.
So he was like, "Where's my racket?" He was like, "Where's my racket?" Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the commentators on ESPN were like, "Man, that racket's probably, in Melbourne downtown getting pawned off on the street." Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Damn.
Jaxie, you must like the light, buddy.
Here, let me get this guy.
Let me grab him. Give him to me.
Here, I'll get you this little bozo. Now, mind you, this little thing not long ago. Meow.
Hey, baby. Look at those eyes. Look at those mysterious eyes. Yeah. Look at that baby.
He's part coyote.
Look at those eyes.
Coyote.
He's my little guy. He's about 6 pounds. I'd say 7 now.
He's a big boy.
Mm-hmm. Maybe balls are heavier than usual. Maybe. I don't know. Look at this big. He got no tail.
No tail.
But he's special. He's getting big. He's getting big.
Yeah.
We had him when he was just little.
1 day old. As the vet said, he said more like a day or 2 old, no more.
Oh, right, baby.
All right. Anyway, Pegula dominated. Collins screeched. Golf was a little bit shaky. Let's flip on to the next player. Let's talk about Kostyuk for a minute. Kostyuk, the Ukrainian player, right? Mm-hmm. So we've talked about Kostyuk before. Kostyuk has this thing where she won't shake hands with Russian players or Belarusian players. Kostyuk won last night, right?
Beat Anisimova.
Big win for her.
Ouch.
What are your thoughts, Carla? What are your thoughts on Kostyuk refusing to shake hands with anyone Russian or anyone Belarusian? Off the top, what are your thoughts? And
stupid.
Think deeply for a moment.
That's stupid. That's like me saying, because Honduras, whatever, my parents went through war with whatever, Guatemala or something, I'm not going to shake anybody's hand from there. Stupid. Very stupid. Naive, dumb. So I wonder if she shook Anisimova's hand, being that she cut her ancestry
American
is
and
Russian.
We're sending weapons.
No, but as her ancestry is Russian as well.
I don't know, but it's pretty shallow. Look, do you think someone like Victoria Azarenka, or do you think someone like Daniil Medvedev actually supports the brutality that happens in war? No matter, I'm not going left or right. I'm not going to take
nobody
sides.
support. Nobody.
I'm just saying there's nothing.
Wars are not good.
There's nothing pretty about it. Now, I think I'm too naive to discuss who's right and who's wrong dealing with a part of the world that has been in process or in motion for much longer by a tenfold than our part of the world. Just saying. Mm-hmm. Not choosing right or wrong, but I think Kostyuk needs to kind of open her mind up a little bit and kind of humble herself out of it, because I can assure you our lights are dimming because the cat just loves our light. But I don't think that she thinks deeper than herself wanting attention. I think she wants attention and nobody else. Like, do you think that Medvedev is Putin's buddy? Do you think Azarenka is what's the guy in Belarus, Levchenko or whatever? I don't know. But do you think they're like buddy? Don't they live in like Monaco?
No, well, Belarus
and the Bahamas
is not Levchenko. That's Ukraine.
Whatever. It's just Poroshenko, I think. Anyway, I think Kostyuk had a run-in with Azarenka, I think at the U.S. Open a year or two ago. Was it
last
year?
This was last year.
So it had to have
been. She refused to do the not Kids Day, but the event they had before the U.S. Open with her.
An exhibition,
it was an exhibition, but it was money to raise for Ukraine or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, look, I can assure you that players such as Azarenka that Kostyuk snubbed, I can assure you players like Medvedev that Kostyuk has reported to reporters and verbally those words were snubbed in the mainstream media. I can assure you that those players want nothing but the best for everyone involved, their tennis players. And sometimes we have to ask ourselves, do we forget how small the tennis community is? Mm-hmm. It's an extremely small community. In the coaching world, for example, in the coaching world, it doesn't matter if you have a competitor at the next club, whether it's a state over or whether it's, the next set of courts down the road. You when you coach, and I'm saying this because that's where we're at this point in time, when you coach, it doesn't matter if one student goes across the street and that coach doesn't particularly, you're not in the same interest. In other words, you're standoffish. That's okay, but you're going to find out, right? You're going to find out. So it is a very dog-eat-dog world out there, but the tennis community is inherently small, right? What happens in it, whether you're friends with this or not, you're going to find out and people are going to talk.
True.
So sometimes the best thing to do is be kind, because everyone on God's green earth is fighting a damn tough battle.
Be kind to those that are kind to you.
Either way, be kind. Even if they're not kind to you,
ignore them.
Be kind. Ignore and be kind.
Ignore.
Okay, I got to move this cat. He's like.
I ignore a lot of stupid people. Just saying. Alex says, tennis player Ernesto Escobedo, who was playing under the USA flag, is now playing under the Mexico flag.
Oh, we talked about this.
And that's good for him. I mean, if he has Mexican accent, oh my God. And now I can't talk. If he has a Mexican background, family, whatever, he might as well play. Well, why not? I mean, there's a lot of American players. They're not doing well anyways. Might as well try to go the other way. Maybe try to represent Mexico. I don't know.
What are your thoughts on that? We've talked about this before. What are your thoughts on players that are born and raised somewhere, and then all of a sudden they're playing for a different country in the Olympics?
If his parents are from Mexico, or was he born there? I don't know. Was he born there? He has a Spanish last name.
But what are your thoughts on that? Do you agree with it? Can someone name me a professional athlete that was born and raised in a country, and all of a sudden they roll up and they're playing for Olympic gold in another country, knowing they damn well ain't from there?
Bublik.
Bublik? Well, I think he plays for Kazakhstan, but was once part of the Soviet Empire.
There's many that do it. I mean, you got
plenty.
You got Tomljanovic, who is Croatian and plays for Australia.
Osaka, Japan, or is that not a good example?
She was born in Japan, so she should represent Japan.
Yeah, that's fine. Give me another one.
I don't know. You got no. What's her name? Sharapova stayed with Russia, so that's fine. I mean, Kenin was born where? In Russia, but then went to the United States at a young age?
How about someone that has played for the country before and all of a sudden is playing for another country for Olympic gold? Aren't there players that have played professionally in one country where they're from, and all of a sudden they're playing for another country for another big world type prize, like whether it's the Olympics or whatever? Come on, give me some examples. There's multiple.
I'm sure, but I really don't care. I don't.
Who's the men's tennis player that won like ow.
Just let him go. Just put him down. He's messing you up. He's messing you up. He's like Medvedev right now, telling you to F off, like he did to that. He was telling some of the people that were watching the matches to F off, and he called them, what did he call them? Empty brain idiots.
Medvedev did? Yeah. Did you see when Medvedev was in that the break point on Netflix after he beat Kyrgios? It was over and they showed Medvedev going like, he's nothing. Did you see that? I gotta move this cat.
He goes like this.
He's killing our life.
Just put him in the bathroom.
Yeah.
He went like this. Meaning Nick Kyrgios is nothing, but Nick Kyrgios did get him back at the US Open, so.
He did. Mm-hmm. Nick Kyrgios pulls out of the Australian Open. Thoughts on that? What's new?
If you're injured, I told you he wasn't as hungry, but if you're injured, why would you keep playing?
What's new?
He said there was bad fluids coming out of his knee.
Is Andy Roddick right in that Breakpoint series where he says that Kyrgios treats tennis as a hobby, which means that it's just a hobby. You're not in the gym every day. You're not working out every day. You're not doing what you need to do every day to keep the body set. And then when it comes time for the tough to get going, you can't get going because you're limping. It's about right?
Yeah, correct.
Hobbies are not your life work. Hobbies are something else besides your life work. But I think that Kyrgios has done so well giving his media, I guess, attention that he won't ever have to worry about anything. So if his knee hurts, as long as he's invested his money correctly, he'll live forever. But nonetheless,
I'm sure he'll be fine.
He's a generational talent.
I'm sure he'll be fine. He better get ready to buy his girl Gucci bags and. I don't know, Prada earrings and
when you're
all the
broke,
bling,
you're
bling,
done.
bling. Just saying. Jose P said, happens a lot in soccer. Brazilian players move to other countries to play. Eduardo da Silva played for Croatia.
See?
Yeah, we haven't. Didn't Ronaldo too? I mean, as well.
But do you think that those players are then sellouts?
No,
Like, are they a
they're
sellout?
doing what they gotta do.
But aren't trophies like the Olympics and the World Cup? Isn't that something where you're supporting your country? Like Argentina and Messi, they won the World Cup, and Argentina went bonkers. But what if you're a player that's not from there, and you win something like that?
I don't know. I don't know how. I mean, tennis players really, like I said, the Olympics to me don't matter.
There's tennis players. I can't believe we've done shows about this, and I can't remember one of the examples.
I'm trying to remember. I don't remember. I don't remember.
Well, a lot of people say you should say you're Honduran.
But I was born in New York.
But you were born in New York.
So how is that? Yeah, that's different. Stop doing that, buddy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I think people have said that often.
Yeah, but I was born in the United States.
Yeah.
So it's different. My mom was here in the United States and she was like 13 years old. I mean, like, come on. William Spencer says, father's death killed Amanda's career like COVID, and Wimbledon have tried to with Rybakina.
Yep.
We'll see if Rybakina does well. Mussetti's out. I called it. I
had expectations
5
for
sets.
Musetti.
On Chorich, another one. Bye.
Yeah, I had expectations for Chorich and Musetti.
And Wawrinka should retire.
Yeah, okay.
Boston or
poll question on that. Can you poll question that? Should Wawrinka retire?
I gotta end this one. So let's see.
90% of you said that Coco Gauff would beat Emma Raducan-Who. As much as I hate to say it, and as much as I hope Coco Gauff wins, I think that Raducan-Who might win this match. I wouldn't bet on it. Let's go, Coco. Let's go. Come on, girl. Love you. But I really do think that Raducan-Who has a big chance to win that match. Mm-hmm. So don't be shocked. Anyway, Musetti. I had a lot of expectations for Musetti. You know who else I had expectations for? Borna Coric this tournament. You know who else I had expectations for?
Do it the other way.
I had expectations for Wawrinka. Why? One-handed backhand. Coric has 2. A lot of expectations for all 3 players, all 3 out. Right?
The one-hander. Should Wawrinka retire?
I don't know. Lloyd Harris deserved the win, though.
Yep.
Lloyd Harris is a great player. I hate to see Musetti go. I hate to see Wawrinka go, and I hate to see Coric go. But ultimately, Felix Auger Aliassime, or Felix, I thought it was Tsitsipas and Felix, though. Yeah. They both moved through, and so did Cam Norrie. All 3 of them are through. Snorri.
Let's see. Bozidar says for Brazilian players, it's understandable because in football, there's a lot of talent and only a small number of them end up playing for their country. Yeah, I mean, they got to survive. They got to do what they got to do. So, yeah. No, 67%. I mean, Wawrinka, he's in his late 30s. He's what, 34, 35? He's not winning. He's not doing well. Why keep playing?
I don't know what it is. Why is it that all of a sudden Wawrinka goes away, a little bit of an nagging injury, went through some personal stuff with Vekic and that whole Kyrgios thing? Why do you think he comes back after a relatively brief hiatus and all of a sudden can't win at all? I mean, he went from like top of the world to like not. Right?
The coach too. His coach Norman had a lot to do, I feel, with his success and everything. So
yeah, something's really off there. If you think about it, think about where Wawrinka was, and then the hiatus, and then the return. Mm-hmm. A lot of players will take a hiatus, come back rusty, and climb right on back, or they'll take a hiatus.
You think TM is going to come back?
Well, I picked him on my fantasy team only because I knew I'm not going to win our own prize. So I took the risk, and a couple other of you out there that played the fantasy team in the finals predictions picked Dominic Thiem. What time do they play tonight? What time does Rublev and Thiem play tonight? One-handed backhand. I'll watch that one. Is it like 2 a.m? The cat man?
That's what we're going to watch. No, even when Thiem hits.
Is anyone excited about that match? I think I'm pretty excited about it.
Not really. Let's see. They play men's singles. First match. Let's see.
This TM Rublev you're looking for? I'm sure it's Labor Arena. It's probably the latest match.
Dimitrov and Karatsev play at 6.
That's a good match.
Rublev TM play at 6.
At 6 tonight, Rublev and TM tonight?
Yeah.
Let's go. And what time is it now? 5:06, 55 minutes. 55.
Bashvili, Andy Murray and Berrettini play at 8:30.
Let's go, Murray. Let's go.
Kokonakis, Fognini, 9:15.
Ooh, freeze there. Let's think about this for a second. Who do you got? Murray or Berrettini, and why?
I would like to see Murray win, but I think Berrettini will win that. Youth.
I would like to see Murray win, and I think he will win. Okay. Berrettini's just a little robotic for me, and doesn't have near the experience as the fourth musketeer does. I think he can find a way.
Yeah.
I think he can find a way.
Yes, we've been talking about the break point. Like, I'm not that interested. I know about the tennis world.
Yes, we were talking about that.
If you don't know about tennis, or you don't, but I really didn't find it that interesting.
Look, I really did it. And Jose, check out the beginning of this video when you have a chance. We talked about that at length, and we still are kind of throwing it in there. That same series, the Breakpoint. We made reference to the first one where it makes a lot of association with Nick Kyrgios and Andy Roddick making comments about it's just a hobby and blah blah blah. But yes, we have seen it. The thing that really bothers me is Wawrinka, though. I can't shake it. I mean, think about it. I mean, like, top of the world type player, a couple trials and tribulations, a little bit of time off, come back, and he's never even come close to making that run up to the top. He's just been there. You know?
Alex VR asked, when do you think Venus will retire? Soon, I hope. Please save the space for somebody else. Alex VR says, I think Rublev beats TM, and then William Spencer comes up with a good comment. He says, Rybakina was put on court 13. They banned Russian players from events this year, but the snubbing of many Eastern European players, dumping them out on car-parked courts. They might as well have been Russians.
Yeah, that's a bad look.
It's not their fault.
Yeah,
it's not your fault where you're from or what's happening in your country. That's like if the USA goes and kills a whole bunch of innocent whatever. That's not our they have.
Some people can argue that that's happened before.
That's not an American. That's not your fault. That's not their fault.
It really
That's
isn't.
where they were born from. That's the flag they're flying.
Yeah.
I mean, how is it their fault? I mean, come on now.
Yeah, I think the beauty of the game is that no matter where you go on the planet Earth, there's going to be tennis people no matter what continent. I think even in Antarctica, some very wealthy people that have gone there have tapped the ball on the ice to say that they've done it. But it's like an international language, right? You can go anywhere and you can meet like-minded people that respect the game no matter what their culture, ethnicity, color, race, religion, creed, whatever it is. But it seems to me that the majors, namely the Australian Open and Wimbledon, U.S. Open did a pretty good job with that, and so did the French Open. But these two majors, Australian, treated Djokovic like garbage, kicked him out like a bum in the street, basically. I'm so glad he's back this year, and we'll talk about him winning this major. Un momento, por favor. But I just feel like it's been so politicized that they're isolating players because they were born there, even though they don't really have relatively any ties there. It's like Kostyuk. Is Kostyuk have anything against anyone because they're just born in a certain location? Like Azarenka doesn't live in Belarus. Medvedev doesn't live in Moscow. Doesn't Medvedev live in like Monaco, and doesn't Azarenka live in like Florida somewhere or something?
I don't know. It's just stupid.
They have the same goals and mindsets as you do. You play the same game. You have been through the blood, sweat, and tears, and training, and coaches, and being broke, and blah blah blah. You've been through it together. Why would you? I just don't get it. I think it's like an attention grab. I think they're doing it for themselves to get attention, even though it's really not reality. Like what is Medvedev gonna call Vladimir Putin and be like, yo, stop dropping balls, man, because they won't let me play tennis? Come on.
Brainless idiots.
It's just a little shallow.
Brainless, empty brain idiots. So let's see. Michael Walker says Nadal hasn't looked good since Wimbledon. This homeboy texted me at 7 a.m. about Rublev going down. I'm like, what the hell? I mean, Rublev going down. Nadal going down to Draper. Yeah, he didn't look good, but they still lost, which tells you a lot about Draper. Can't beat a Nadal that doesn't look good and can't move well. That says a lot about his game. Talking about another British player, and I always go with the British players. The British fans are going to hate me. You got Edmund, another guy that I liked. So much potential. Injuries. Hasn't been the same. Sucks.
Edmund lost yesterday.
Yeah, badly to Sinner.
Yeah, got bagel.
Sucks.
Didn't Sinner deal Edmund a bagel? Didn't
Sucks.
Sinner gave him a bagel. Didn't Sinner bagel him?
Sucks. What's up with the British players?
Maybe Snorri, Cam Norrie can do a little bit better.
Carla looking like a doctor. It's actually a vintage jacket. Look.
It is vintage.
It's a vintage jacket, actually.
Vintage prints.
It's let's see, where's the prints? See, vintage.
Prints. Yeah, look at the tag, the old green and white.
Sure.
Look, that's a nice jacket. Vintage, like 1989, still fresh, so fresh and so clean.
It's a real vintage.
Yeah, let me see.
Jacket.
See if you look right here. This is the vintage from like 1989. See the bright vintage green, like the old Prince graphite. Mm-hmm. Boom. Nice jacket.
Media saying Draper's the future top 10. What do you think?
Could it?
I don't know. Oh no! Don't compare me to Tiafo. He's a Carla showing her guns. I was cold. I put the jacket on.
It's a little chilly.
It is. Can I have my jacket back?
Oh, you want the jacket back?
I don't know that he'll be the top 10. Who knows? I mean, geez, I don't know. I wasn't impressed. I watched him. I really wasn't impressed by him.
You know, I kind of classify. I kind of rationalize Draper, Jack Draper, Holger Rune, and Jensen Brooksby all in this kind of category. Mm-hmm. Of kind of, strong dudes, and they got a great game, but I still don't really respect them so much because they pout a lot.
Yeah.
It's like three big little boys, Draper, Brooksby, Rune. And they're capable of beating the best, right? But for some reason, I think like Tsitsipas, they're kind of equally as up and down emotionally. Like, I don't trust Tsitsipas to win a major because he can get so crazy sometimes.
I agree with Jose P. Draper seems like a top 30 drifter type of player.
Exactly.
I agree. I don't see that yet. William Spencer says, not like the West is Snow White. The West have been involved in immoral wars and killing for all my lifetime. Yet Russian tennis players who spend little time in Russia are beyond the pale.
Very well said. Very well said. Yeah. Couldn't agree with you more. Totally. It's just odd. It's kind of like the old saying, the pot calling the kettle black. You know what this means? It's like, here someone is calling someone, an asshole. And I don't want to talk to you because you're an asshole. But the person that's saying that is an asshole themselves. It's like we say, okay, Kostyuk, you're going to hate Azarenka. But what about I have to watch what I say. I don't want to rub anybody.
I just think it's terrible. Let's separate.
We've been in a lot of wars that were like.
Let's separate the politics from sports.
Yeah.
The racial stuff, the sexual, everything. It's sports. I mean, God, at the end of the day, it's just you watching tennis players battle it out, just like any sport.
Okay, so can I ask you a deep question now and think about this? Okay. At what point does being a fan of someone or a sport become convoluted because of something that's happened politically or personally? And let me give you some examples. Okay. We have been talking about for 20 minutes the attitude of Kostyuk versus Russian or Belarusian players. It's not Medvedev's fault. It's not Azarenka's fault, but she's making it their fault. Yeah. Okay, now let's look at something like Deshaun Watson, the NFL quarterback, that $250 million guaranteed contract, guaranteed. That played like shit. The 4 games he got, or 5 games. No, he started at week 10, so he played 7 games. Anyway. At what point do you say, I don't like Deshaun Watson because of the allegations against him, even though he's an amazing athlete?
But that's something he did personally. He did that. He did it himself.
But Kostyuk is basically insinuating that Azarenka.
But that's different. That's a country. What Deshaun Watson, he did that himself.
Right.
He did it himself. His body. He did it.
Point.
That's different. Just because, let's say I go to Honduras and they're, I don't know, they're doing terrible things to women, and you're going to hate me too?
Exactly.
That makes no sense.
Now,
if I go do something to a child or something, then hate me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I hate to put it that way, but I'm just saying.
I think that's very well said. Yeah. Is there a point, though, Is there a point though that you would no longer love an athlete personally?
Yes, if they did something personal, something themselves, something bad, absolutely.
See, I don't know. I think there's different. Okay, because one of my favorite athletes of all time is Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson.
What, he
went
hit a
through the thing
woman?
with Robin
He hit
Gibbons
his
and-
ex-wife, yeah.
But to me, he's still the man. What about Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan is the GOAT, no doubt. But he's had admittedly a big gambling problem.
Okay, but that
Does
doesn't make him a
not
bad
like
guy.
that?
He didn't hurt somebody. This guy, Deshaun Watson, did things to women, and not just one, not just two, not just three, not just four, not just five. Keep counting. At
True.
some point, you gotta say, dude, stop.
Okay, what about Zverev? What about Sasha? Sasha Zverev.
I don't hate Zverev because it wasn't.
But he hit his girl.
But it wasn't.
and
So
it-
do you guys
it was
hate?
proven.
Do you guys hate the UFC guy, Dana White, because he hit his lady too?
Oh, did
I
you
mean,
hear about that?
These are guys that made
Dana
mistakes.
White, yeah.
If they made a mistake and they repent, then I feel like they should be given a chance. But if you do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then it's like, okay.
I did hear about that. That was kind of sketchy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
William Spencer says Draper looks like sort of a chap you find in a small Kentucky ranch who turned into and to have a bludgeon a man to death with a sack.
damn, he said yams too. Pretty funny. Yeah.
Wow.
With like a burlap sack of yams. That's freaking
You know,
funny.
rude to me sounds like a squealing. It sounds like a boy. His voice is annoying. I'm like, stop
Yeah,
talking.
okay, so
Stop.
I noticed Alex
Repent and then
repent and
yeah,
don't do it again.
thank you.
Okay, but whoa.
One time.
There's an old saying: once a liar, always a liar. Once a cheater, always a cheater.
That's not true.
Is that true?
No, I think that people can change. People can change.
I don't know, man.
People can change. By the way, Michael Walker, you weren't here, so let me show you something. You call your boy Rip City. Check this dude out. I don't know. He makes Tiafa look like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He wins. Just saying.
Rip City.
Jack Nolte said Rune has a good game, but at times his attitude's bad. Yes.
Exactly.
And his voice.
Exactly.
His voice.
Exactly. He has a bad attitude.
And his voice.
Hence why I don't like Sissy Pops. Hence why I don't like a lot of players. I don't like. Look, as much as I would love to see Sophia Kennan come back and do well,
She lost at
she's got a bad attitude.
Vucevic, that's Iron Man. Now that's Rip City.
Rip City.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway, Karen Hachinov was dealt a bagel by Yannick Sinner, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Didn't Sinner play Kachanov?
No, he played Edmund.
Yeah, and sorry, Kachanov dealt a bagel in his match,
Yeah.
and Sinner dealt a bagel as well.
Mhm.
Okay.
I see. I'm going back.
Okay. Kachanov, your boy, aka Iron Man. Where's he at in your mindset for this tournament?
Not good.
You're not even thinking about Hachinov. Not even thinking about Iron Man.
Nah.
He can play.
He might. I might as well. Let me see. Let's see who's playing today. I might as well. To me, Hachinov is like Karatsev. Is like Evans.
Kachanov's better than
Is
Karatsev.
like Karina Busta. Like Davidovich.
So all these players, it's like a coin toss.
Yes, correct.
Like if Davidovich, Fokina, Karatsev, Kachanov, who else did you say? Pablo Busta. You would flip a coin and just say whoever wins. No shot.
Mm-hmm.
I think Hachinov is a little bit better than the rest of those players.
And he used to be. Yeah.
He still is. He's still there. Now Karatsev, I think, is in the bottom of the barrel there. The names that you just mentioned.
Oh, okay. So
Karatsev.
Hachinov is like Goffin. Like
Maybe less injuries.
Fognini.
No.
Like Isner.
No.
Like I think so.
I don't know. I think Kachanov is a dark horse. I think he really is. You know what I mean? I mean, second week for sure. Watch out for Kachanov. All right. Ostapenko. Oh, damn, girl, you got big. What? Damn. Ostapenko. Oh, damn, girl. Huh?
Oh, man.
Ooh, wee. But she found a way to win. What you think?
No, muscles definitely don't help in tennis. No.
Ostapenko.
It's just good to look at. It's eye candy. They're too robotic when they're like too much, muscular.
All right, I'm gonna give you a hot take right now, and I want you to shoot it down or like it. All right, you ready for this hot take?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you ready? Hot take.
Mm-hmm.
Petra Kvitova wins the Australian Open.
If she does, great.
Hot take.
What happened to your Glitchkova prediction?
Well, I picked
Oh,
Pliskova, but look, I'm feeling
Oh, you
Kvitova
changed
for
it.
the
Don't we
win.
got a bet?
Wait a
Don't we
minute.
get a bet?
Are Kvitova?
Don't we get a bet?
Yes. Listen, are Pliskova and Kvitova on the same side of the draw?
I don't know. Someone tell me.
Are Petra Kvitova and Carolina Pliskova, are they on the same side of the draw? Are they on opposite sides of the draw?
Mm-hmm.
If they're on the same side of the draw,
let the kitty out.
Oh, he's locked up.
Eleanor says, saw Tiapo's outfit. No, ma'am. Nike. Yeah. I bet you they're charging like, I would say the tank's probably like $70, $80. The short same price. No thanks.
I'm still loving my shoes though. I'm still loving these. I spent time designing these, right? I spent time, man, with the 5K tennis on the back. I'm loving these right here. 5K tennis. Boom, boom. Skateboarder look, gum bottoms. Boom, boom. I can't wait to bust these out tomorrow. Can't wait. Stefan Nizovic, when I need him, I'm going to dunk on him in these.
Alana said Ostapenko's a pro athlete.
She's a
pro eater.
Damn.
She should compete in Nathan's Hot Dogs competition in New York.
No, we have this thing.
She might do good.
We have this thing called Mardi Gras here in Mobile. I think they have it in New Orleans too and various other places.
She go open like Hungry Hippo.
She needs to get some moon pies. She like float. Catch them in her mouth.
We're mean. That's mean.
Yeah, she's a big girl. When she won the French Open when she was 17, she was a petite little thing. Mm-hmm. But now you're like, damn, girl. What you eat over here, man? Damn.
What was her outfit? I gotta see. I gotta look.
I don't know, but it looked like the Michelin man.
I gotta see how her outfit was for this one. I didn't see because some matches they didn't show, which I was surprised they didn't have like the mixed channel.
What's the mascot of a brand that's like this thing? It's like this guy, and it's a big puffy one. And they touch it in the stomach, and it goes wee wee. Is that the Pillsbury Doughboy?
Oh man, let's see her outfit.
Ooh wee. Let me check this one out.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. That's the Order of polka dots.
What the hell is
wait, close up.
What is that?
I gotta put some arm reach on that thing. Boom.
What kind of outfit is that?
Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anything to disguise. Anything to disguise the fact.
The polka dot took your eye off of
Unfortunately, we have Mardi Gras. I don't care for Mardi Gras. Don't really care for it. Stefanos Nisovic said those shoes won't help, Justin.
Probably not. Is Stefan right there?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
William says the only hot take Ostapenko is the 10 sausage rolls she takes from the oven pre-matches. Oh my god. They say black is slimming. Yes, it is.
Luka Doncic's a beast. A beast.
I agree with you. I think if she got in shape, she would have the game because she's aggressive, Michael Walker. I agree with that statement. He said about if she got in shape would be number one. I don't understand why she wouldn't hire a nutritionist that can help her out. She's got the money. Someone with her dietitian. Now this is Rip City right here. This is a Rip City right here.
He's grown, right?
It's a big mofo right here.
He's grown.
Look at that head.
It's like, what's up, Sub-Zero?
Mm-hmm.
Like Fusevich.
No.
He's my boy.
He's short. Boy. This guy's short.
He sounds like a pig.
Yeah. And he's muscular for sure.
Yeah, he's muscular. All right, buddy. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sub-Zero in the house. Boys number 2. No, stop. William Spencer says another from the DK1 clothing range. Guess we know what DK stands for. Dunkin' Donuts? No, what's DK?
What?
Another from her DK. What's DK1 clothing range?
Dark Knights. Oh, look at this one. All right, Justin.
Stop.
How's your serve?
Justin or Henan?
How's your serve coming along,
This one, that's Henan. That's definitely Henan.
Yeah, he's a good tennis player, by the way. This little guy. He's going to be a baller. He just has to keep practicing.
You got to work on that hairstyle, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, go, Sub-Zero. You're too much. Enough.
All right, next player, all right? Sakari. We talked about her outfit, but we didn't talk about her game. She's through with relative ease.
Yeah.
Where is she going in this tournament?
Nowhere. Not with that outfit. Definitely not. Ostapenko has a better chance. Just saying.
Oh, no, man. Ostapenko, those polka dots. I'm beginning to think she's gotten better because of the polka dots.
No, I don't feel like Sakari has the game to. I'm trying to see who our next opponent is.
Second round matchups. What second round matchups do we already have lined up? What about Muguruza?
No, she plays someone named Schneider, so she might win that. Get through that.
What about Muguruza Mertens tonight?
I have Muguruza winning. It's gonna be a tough match. Keys won in 3 sets. Yeah, I thought she could have lost. You know.
Ostapenko plays Bandar next. Isn't Bandar from India? Isn't an Indian girl Bandar?
Mm-hmm.
So Ostapenko will more than likely roll through to the third round.
Every time I hear Ostapenko's name, I have to laugh because of the way you make you. Ostapenko.
She has a big one for sure.
Holy crap. Every time I hear her name, I'm like, Ostapenko. You really killed her name.
Well, Kostyuk plays Gadecki next, who's an Australian girl, so I don't think that she has to worry about not shaking anyone's hand.
Okay.
Rabikina plays Juvan next. Podoroska and Azarenka play next. That's a good match.
A lot of screeching
Okay,
there.
good, a lot of screeching. Good match. I think screeching is more Podoroska, but squealing like a pig is Azarenka.
Sabalenka going down today.
To who? You got her picked for the final.
I did? No, I didn't.
You picked
I
Sabalenka.
picked Coco Gauff beating Kasatkina. I definitely did not pick Sabalenka, nor will I ever pick Sabalenka.
Okay, so here's another feisty match that's coming up for the second round on the women's side. Muhova.
Bondar is Hungarian. India, Hungarian.
Sorry, I thank you for the correction.
Ooh, that's
It's the Hungarian flag, yellow. Orange, white, and green, like the Indian flag. I think maybe I looked at the flag and maybe flipped the colors or something. Muhova plays Danielle Collins. So you got the feisty Muhova that comes out with a Rambo bandana, and you got Collins that comes out screaming and kicking her boyfriend out of the box. Who do you think has more tenacity to pull that off?
Collins. Muhova kind of, she's like a puppy. Like after a little while, she kind of, even though I like her, she kind of like,
Yeah, I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna take Muhova there.
Flag is red, white, and green. Ooh, you're way off.
Oh man, I'm trying. That's it. You can take questions, whatever, but only half a round. I feel like we did pretty good with that.
Yeah, we did pretty good. I'm looking forward to some matches. Looking forward to some players losing tonight.
Who? You're looking forward to who losing?
Sabalenka tonight.
But you picked her.
No, I did not.
On your fantasy team, you
So
said it
what?
on the show.
Yeah, but so what? I'm already down. I already lost people. I don't care.
Okay, so you want Sabalenka to go? Who
Yes.
else do you wish would lose?
Let me see. Who's playing tonight?
Today's Monday, right?
Today's Monday. We got Muguruza Mertens, so I'll be rooting for Muguruza. We got Townsend and Perry, the one-handed player.
I picked Townsend.
So did I.
Layla Fernandez plays Cornet. Good match.
Cornet.
Kanepi.
Thank you, Dean Cross.
Kanepi.
You are.
Don't forget about her. She can be dangerous. Kanepi. Pliskova plays tonight, the 30 seed. She's gonna win the tournament.
Any upsets or easy wins tonight?
Oh, Fruhitova.
Ask. Didn't you can answer that.
Kraus. Any upsets or easy wins tonight? Let's look through it. Let's look through that. It's a great question. Any upsets or easy wins? I'm gonna take an easy win. Garbine Muguruza over Mertens. I'm gonna take a big serving easy win from Taylor Townsend over Perry, and that's risky. Hopefully, Fernandez has an easy win over Cornet. It's possible. Kanepi with a big win over Burrell. It's possible. Georgie, I don't know, not so much. Carolina Pliskova taking out Wang, I think, with relative ease. Should be. Fruhitova is one of my favorites to win the whole damn tournament. Fruhitova is going to demolish Forless tonight. Let's call this score. Fruhitova will beat Forless 2-1. That's a blowout.
I think Djokovic is going to be a blowout today.
Kontaveit should blow out. Grab her. They'll grab her. Lauren Davis, let's go. I picked her. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but she should win. What about Donna Vekic, Wawrinka's ex-girl?
She's not the same. She's not the same.
Okay. What else we got? Martic, Golubic, good match. Kudermetova could really blow out Zanevska. That could happen. Blah, 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 blah. Sloane Stevens, Potapova. You picked Sloane Stevens.
Yep.
I don't think it's a blowout either way.
I think Isner could lose to Manarino today.
Manarino's tricky. All right, let's jump to the men's side.
Yeah. Today,
men's side. Let's see if there's any blowouts. Hypothetical.
How much is City Zverev play?
Who?
Zverev from his
He plays today, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Dimitrov, Karatsev, not so much. Rublev, Thiem. Rublev could very well blow out Thiem. Thiem could very well blow out Rublev and catch him by surprise. I don't think that'll happen. Diego, Chicken Nugget, Schwartzman might have a blowout. Is that a Ukrainian player he's playing? Krutuk? It's a Ukrainian player. Let's take a look.
I think Gasquet will lose to Umberg after winning his last tournament. It always happens.
Davidovich, Fekina, and Bublik. I love Bublik a lot. I love his attitude. I love the way he tells you the truth. Hey, man, I play tennis, but I got to pay my bills. And doesn't try to sugarcoat it. Just gives you what's up.
William Spencer says, grab her. I've seen photos, so I'll pass on grabbing her, but don't. I'll show myself out.
There you go.
What?
Hey, what about the Taylor Fritz and Nicholas Bachelet match? The two divorcees, right? Fritz was divorced, got a kid. Bachelet I think's in the same cup of tea. Which divorcee?
There was a lot of divorcees in
two
life.
divorcees there.
Yeah.
What about Ben Shelton? What about Ben Shelton?
Yeah, because
the young.
I hope
American.
they show some of these matches.
David Goffin could blow out locally. Berrettini could blow out Murray. Berrettini could blow out Berrettini.
Berrettini should blow out Murray, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think it'll be like tighter 3 sets.
I've got a bet for anyone out there that wants to take it. John Isner tonight plays Adrian Manarino, the tricky veteran.
That'll be 7-6, 6-7,
Yes.
7-6.
Yes, you took
6-4.
the one. Give me a fist bump on that. I got a bet. I bet you anyone that wants to take a $20 bet US. But we can go less than that just to make it fun. 5, whatever. I guarantee you there are 2 set scores in Isner's match. If it's 3 sets or 5, 2 of those sets will be 7-6. Want to take the action? 7-6, 6-7, 6-4, 6-7,
no.
whatever.
I'm not taking that.
I guarantee you 2 of those sets will be 7-6. So if you're a betting person, you want to take some big odds, call Caesar's Palace and say, hey, what are my odds for Isner to finishing 2 sets with the score 7-6?
Alani, how can you say that?
Count that.
He said Fritz was forced to marry because of pregnancy. Nobody's forced to marry.
I've heard this.
But nobody's forced to marry these days.
Alani, I've heard this.
That is not guaranteed.
No. I've heard this. I bet you can Google it and find some stories like that.
Okay, well, it didn't work out.
Welcome to white boy America. That's how they do it.
The one that kills me with that whole tradition in the United States that the girl's parents have to pay for the wedding. Crazy to me. Crazy.
We got married at the courthouse.
But that's crazy how upper middle class, the girl's parents pay for the wedding. Screw that shit.
It's like, hey,
you want to get married, figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was saying, no one forces marriage to a rich, white, entitled man in 2020. That's what I thought.
Yeah, right.
I mean, this tradition of the girl's parents paying for the. No.
I think that's a Southern thing. I don't think it's.
I've seen it in New York too, but that was like back in the 90s.
And so you're.
Oh, she was a junior, but she gave up tennis after pregnancy and Fritz money.
Oh, that's kind of deep.
It's
kind of deep. But I do know what you're talking about. So what she's mentioning is a lot of people. I didn't know this was such, but a lot of people when they get married, they, at least here in the U.S., they look at the father of the bride. And they're supposed to pay for this extravagant wedding.
Screw that.
Yeah, not happening.
I'm not paying for any of my daughter's wedding.
Not happening. And my daughters don't get married till they're like 46 anyway.
I mean, I see a lot of my sons, like people that went to school already getting married. I'm like, thank God my kids don't have even girlfriends yet. They're not even close to that.
Reality's a bitch. You know,
not even close to thinking about that.
You know, it's comical. Your kids, like, you know, they look at you and they think they have it all figured out. You know, they're still have their own bedroom. They still eat out of the refrigerator, and they think that, you know,
who does?
Anybody. I'm just saying in general. Anybody in general.
Yeah.
And they think
I tell my sons, the older ones, I'm like, geez, you're in the military academy, graduate, you're gonna still have to do certain things, then go back, go get your master's. Enjoy life. Yeah. Enjoy life and then get married.
Yeah.
Don't get married like some of these kids do out of the academy. They marry, oh, I love you, but we won't see each other for a while.
Yeah, and look, if you do marry, remember a couple of things. Number one, there are only two ways of arguing with a woman, and neither one works. Remember that. The second thing you must remember, after you fully understand that arguing with the woman never works, the second thing is the word wife, W-I-F-E. is not pronounced that way, and it's not spelled that way. It's spelled B-O-S-S.
What?
Boss.
That's not true.
It is pronounced wife. It is spelled boss, and you better damn well learn it. It's a fact.
I'm your boss.
Basically.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't you do what you want to do?
Not without some you know, some
I don't know. Shoes come all the time.
shorts
do you
come all
ask
the
me?
time.
No, that's not true. Do you ask me?
They're hot though.
Do you ask me? I don't think you ask me.
Okay, that's one little thing, but
But with other
when
things,
when
you
it
got
comes,
this, and do you ask me? No, you just do it. I'm
But
definitely
that's-
not. I'm
that's
not
a
your boss.
microcosm. That's a
I'm
microcosm.
not your boss.
That's a microcosm.
I'm not your boss, and I don't want to be your boss.
That's one thing, Carla.
I don't want to be
like
your boss.
one little
No
thing.
thing. No.
That's one little thing.
You do what you want to do, just like I do what I want to do, with respect.
Yeah, for some reason, when you talk about you're not my boss, you bring it down to one little material thing. That's not. There's a much bigger spectrum than all that,
That's
Carla.
what.
A huge spectrum.
We're all always together.
What time you wake up? What time you go to sleep?
No thanks. You wake me
What-
up. What? You wake me up at 5 in the morning. I don't wake you up.
But it doesn't look okay. Put it this way. Last night, let me tell you this. Last night, I wanted to go upstairs. I didn't want to watch the Australian Open at the very beginning.
He didn't want to watch tennis. I did.
At the very beginning, because it was like, you know, someone was getting demolished, like 0-1, like Pagula. And I'm like, I don't want to watch this. So she was watching it. So I go upstairs and I lay down. And anyway, so I come back downstairs, get some orange juice, and the tennis isn't even on. She's still sitting over there doing something. Oh,
No,
taxes. You were looking at taxes.
No, the kids were doing that. They wanted to watch a thing. I was waiting for the Nadal match.
Okay, so then I tell her, I say, you just ran me off because I didn't want to watch tennis, but yet I come back down and you're not watching anyway. Okay, so I let that go. So then I go back
Why are we
upstairs.
talking about this here?
Oh, anyway.
I'm
Anyway, boss,
not a boss.
you're a beast though.
Thank you. It's the awesome. What the hell? Any of you guys out there married? Oh yeah. I mean, my advice is make sure that you have matured. You know, you do everything you want to do, and don't think because I hate to say this, but for the guys, because they're in a relationship at a young age and get a girl pregnant, have to get married. Sometimes that's the worst thing to do.
My advice is this: with a woman.
Yeah, we know we're streaming.
Look, with a woman, here's my advice. I give you, she get all this sentimental stuff. My advice is this: with a woman, never pass up an opportunity to keep your mouth shut. Never. Shh. Don't say a thing.
Especially with a Spanish.
Damn, sandal's gonna come flying across. Be like, damn, he's throwing a sandal at me. Like, oh shit, Carla got mad for the sandal flying by.
Not true. I don't even do sandals.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Glass cups, not really.
Well, looking forward to tonight. We'll see how Djokovic looks. I'm sure he's gonna demolish.
Can of whip ass.
Yeah, he's gonna demolish.
Okay, when Djokovic plays tonight, have you ever seen the movie The Waterboy? And then when Adam Sandler has to tackle someone and actually hit him really hard, he imagines this puppy or something. No, he imagines like someone yelling at him, right? That's what Djokovic is going to do to his opponent. He's going to imagine like something that he's just going to tear him apart.
Tear him off. Well, I can't get close to watching the Australian Open, so we're done.
That's it.
All right, guys. Tomorrow's a long, long day. I will not be off the court until 7 o'clock. Well, my last lesson's at 7, so there's no way we can get back here to a show is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think you finished like at 5, something. I'm not sure, but my last lesson is a group women's lesson. So by the time we finish 7, we're in courts, pack up.
Yeah, I must say that some of the ladies that you've been working with doubles wise and just fundamentals from forehands, backhands, volleys, etc. Are making monumental gains.
I hope so. Our goal as coaches is always to see your student improve and not get stuck at the same level, even if you have to be a little tough on them.
Even if they hate you, don't worry.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't care if my students hate me. That's your problem. That's your problem. I really don't care.
Yeah. Not there to talk. We're there to hopefully make you better.
Yes, absolutely. Adios. Peace out.
Let's go, Djokovic. Ademo. Let's go, Djokovic. Woo!